test scores and this and that. So giving everybody really the okay to just tap in, like Sue says, to tap into, you know, the resources that they have. Why not? You know. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm working with the Foreign Language Club at the school to decorate the building and make it more welcoming to parents and Spanish-speaking students, and really to represent who we are and our interests, and so on and so forth. I have a whole bunch of notes here, but basically, we have books now from you know, that the kids can read in Spanish and at home, and then when we discuss in class, you know, it'll be in English, and hopefully that'll help. We're learning new techniques and stuff. I don't know, I think that it's nice to see something that will last. You know, we're constantly thrown with all of these projects and these great ideas, and then they come and go so quickly. And this one can't come and go, because it's the kids, it's, you know, it's what we have. So hopefully it will take on. Awesome. Thank you.
I want to thank the panel, and now we'll have some time for questions as well. Remember, this is a work in progress, so you may want to ask questions about processes, challenges, things that are happening, so we have a few minutes for that. Very impressed. Still in shock.
Well, I'm a teacher who just learned today that some bilingual dictionaries are not approved for Regents use. Wowzer. I wonder if there's a way to create a common list of the more obscure languages and Spanish and Chinese and French, whatever, the dictionaries we can use and buy. Because everybody probably knows of a good dictionary, but I guess New York City at least has certain ones we can use.
So I can respond. We have a webpage, so if you want us to put a list of dictionaries, you just email me and Sanchez3. Many of the principals have my email address, or you can actually go to our webpage and send an email from there. And we can definitely post something. You will see a resource page. So that's a place also for you to download things, and we will have the pictures there, so you can use them. Maybe there's another idea for this.
I have a question for Mr. Kelly. You made a comment about eradicating that, you know, in your school, you want to make sure that they don't eradicate Spanish, that the students are. And obviously my school has students from everywhere. And, you know, and it tends to be that we all think in terms of bilingualism, Spanish or Chinese. So how can, let's say in your school, I don't know if you have students from Nepal or from, I don't know, Thailand. How can we ensure that also those students that they continue to develop their native language, even though there is no teachers, maybe no resources? Are you tackling that? How are you doing that?
Right, I can't. I would like to. I think we have 14 languages in the building, 15 this year. We don't have the, it ends up being about geography, right? I mean, geography dictates, the geography of your personnel, the geography of your students, the geography of your school, kind of dictates what you can do and what you can't do. We have a growing population of West African kids that I am probably going to spend time in purgatory because I'm not meeting their needs in the way that I should meet their needs. I don't have the resources, I don't have the personnel, I don't have people who speak the languages that my families and my children speak. So the answer to your question is no, I don't have a real good plan for serving those, you know, fewer than 10 kids who speak Wolof. Like I'm not doing right by those kids, and frankly, am not sure what I can and can't do. So I apologize for my ignorance publicly, but yeah, that's a big deal. That's a real big deal.
I don't have a question, but I do have a comment. My name is Heidi Figueroa, and I work at PS 28 Manhattan. I'm an ESL teacher this year. And the language that we have the highest percentage of students in Spanish, but we do have about 3 students that speak Wolof, and we have about 19, and most of those 19 languages, other than Spanish, we only have a few students. So some of the things that when I push it into those classrooms, I do not speak those languages, but I've been using some of those strategies in where, I let the students brainstorm in their native language, and then they could write the summary either in their native language or in English. And that was one of the questions that was asked by one of our members in the translanguaging team. Oh, but I don't know Wolof, or I don't know Spanish. And what I said was, you don't need to know the language because it's not for you. We're asking the students to do the processing, their thinking in their native language. So, I don't need to understand what you're saying. I just want you to do the processing and then transfer the skills into the English or even in your native or home language. So those are some of, I know that for the Spanish speaking in our school, we have more resources and, we have more teachers that speak the language. But, little by little, we're trying to also give the support to all the other students that speak other languages other than, Spanish.
And if I can step in for a second on the same question, because I come out of the internationals background as well. There are things that you can do in terms of enlisting parents, enlisting volunteers, enlisting the older students to work with the younger students. So you can be it's really difficult in terms of personnel and money, but then there's also, we get a little translation and interpretation money from Title III that you can use to make sure that at least some materials are written in the languages and some, on parent-teacher nights you can have call-ins for the conferences for the parents. It's tricky, it takes a lot of, it does take time out, but maybe you can task someone else in the building with that as a principal because there's just too much to do. So, I get it, but it's, the kid, I love what you said about having them do the processing in their own language. We don't need to know what they're writing sometimes, they just need to be able to speak.
I also wanted to say something because it's very profound what I'm hearing and it's all wonderful. I just love this concept. You can hear me, right? Okay, great. I just wanted to say, with the challenges with children that speak Wolof, a lot of children speak their native language but also have connections to other languages. Wolof speaking students usually speak French as well. So if you know that there's a eclectic approach to getting them to understand and feel comfortable, we have to also tap into those resources as well. So, I just wanted to throw that out there because my husband also speaks Wolof, but he speaks French because that's their dominant language, from West Africa.
Does he want a job?
So I'm just putting it out there that we don't really have to be, that single-minded way. When we're working with our children, we got to also see what they know, and then we can then connect the dots in helping them and supporting them as they grow educationally.
Thank you. We have time for two more questions or comments for our panelists or for ourselves. And it doesn't have to be the panelists as well. Speak now or well, I want to thank our panelists with a big round of applause.